Sonia with Artsy Solutions, and welcome to week 15 of 52 weeks of using up scraps. And today I did some die cutting with some scraps and came up with some of these little embellishments or ephemera for journals and stuff. So to start off, here's a little a die cut bird, and this is from the Sizzix Tim Holtz BirdBranch die. I think that's what that was. And then I just die cut another little portion of it, and here so you can see it a little bit better. I die cut another little piece of the BirdBranch without the bird. So there's that. And then I also did some embossing, and all I did was just take some scrap paper, painted it, and embossed it. And these have little lanterns. I just took some Distress Oxide inks and gave those a little bit of color. Those can be some tuck spots or belly bands or different little pieces. And then we have these. This is like a little tag. And I put these, I backed these onto acetate because I painted them, and after I painted them they kind of curled up a little bit. And so to straighten it out some, I just glued it to some acetate so you could see whether you can see that or not. But you can still, you know, put your tags in there in each one of them. So, and that's those. And then I have the fence die. I added some stickers. And then the little 3D stickers. These are from, these stickers I think were from the Dollar Tree. No, these are from Hobby Lobby. These stickers were, yeah. And I added some acetate to the back of the fences as well, because when I put the stickers on, they were sticky. So I didn't, whatever I put this up against, I didn't want it to stick, because I might make this into a pocket or something. I'm not real sure. And I did this the same way. Just used some clear stickers. And then I die cut the window and window frame die. And I cut it out, well, I cut this bottom part out twice. And I just added this to some acetate. And then I added some leaves and things like that. And then last but least, I did the door frame, Sizzix door die. I cut it out twice, and since I added these stickers that were coming out from here, I added it to some acetate as well. And then just add this Create Your Own Happiness. This is from the Dollar Tree. So, but yeah, so let me show you how I made all this. Okay, so I've got some scrap papers. I've got some acrylic gesso. It's just some basic acrylic gesso. And basically all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some scrap papers and I'm just going to run some of this gesso across it. And I just want to I just want to see the background just a little bit. I just want it to kind of give a hint to the background. And I'm just going to go over a few of these like that, a few papers with different patterns with some gesso. And then you can always take a damp rag and come back over it. And that also gives it some texture. And it makes the paint a little more faint. or less bold, so that the background image can still kind of pull through. Okay, so I'm just going to take the embossing tool to it, and I'm just going to dry everything. Okay, so the papers are pretty much dry. Some of them I went over with a double coat of paint, but close enough. They're all kind of bland. So I'm just going to take various dyes, and this particular one is the Sizzix Thinlits dye. What is this? Stitched slots. And I'm gonna cut a few of them out. So I'm just gonna place the paper on here. Some of it I'm gonna keep. Let me try to line it up. Once it punches a hole in it, or once it die cuts it, it's going to leave like a little bit of paper from where it was cut. Well, I thought it was. I thought that little part was going to come out, but it doesn't. That's fine. And I may keep these little pieces right here, because I may glue them on to some paper to make it look like a ruled book, like a ruled piece of paper. So let's see if I can cut. I'm gonna cut another one out. So we have two stitched. Looks like it's stitched. And then, like I said, I'm gonna keep these little lines, these lines of paper right here. And then I've got some random ones that I'm just gonna die cut. I've got this, the window die. This is window and window box. The door, passage door. This fence. And then BirdBranch. I'm gonna cut some of these out. Okay, so now I've got, let me adjust this. I've got all my things die cut that I'm gonna do. And then I've got some embossing folders. This is by Doris. I have two of them by Doris. And this one has like a little tree. And then this one, it has like little lanterns and things like that. So I'm just going to take some of these scrap papers. I'm just going to emboss them. I'm going to turn it on the side where it can get the embossing right along the edge. So I'm just going to put it between these two plates. I got my little sandwich. I don't know if you can see it or not, but we've got our embossing. So I'm going to set that over there. Got that one. Then I'm going to emboss this tree. You know what? Instead of doing the tree, I think I'll just do two of the lanterns, because the tree kind of comes over too far and this paper isn't wide enough. So I'll do the other side of the lantern that I didn't do. And there you go. Okay, so I'm going to add some color to all of this. Okay, so I'm just going to add some color to some of these to make this pop out. And I'm going to start out using some green, some peeled paint, Distress Oxide. I'm just going to kind of go over some of the leaves. Then I'm just going to take the blue, use this color box blue that I just recently purchased, and I'm just going to kind of highlight some of the lanterns, or portions of the lantern actually, like around the outer parts of it. Just enough so you can see where the lantern is. And then I'm just going to go around the edge with blue. So we've got those. And I'm going to come back through with some brown. I'm just going to go around the edges with the brown. I'm going to add just a little bit near the leaves. Okay, so we have these two. I might do a little more in a little while to that. Then we've got our window. I'm basically just going to distress these with brown. I'm just going to take all of these, including the door, which you can hardly see. Let me do the door first. Turn it around like this. You can hardly see the embossed portions of the door, but they are there. And it was embossed twice. So I'm going to cut this out, and then I'm going to cut this out. Okay, so I have pretty much everything distressed. I'm just going to take some acetate. I'm going to take this old box. I'm just going to cut it down. Let me disassemble it first. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add this to the acetate. So I'm just going to glue this on here using some art glitter glue. You can use double-sided tape or whatever you feel like is going to make it stick the best. Just want to make sure it's not going to come up. I'm just going to put a really thin line down the middle so that it'll stay in place. Hopefully it won't smear, but just have to play it by ear and see what happens. If it does, I've got this wet rag to help kind of wipe it off. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's like a little wrinkle right here, but I kind of like that because to me it kind of gives the window character. Makes it look like that's where like there's a glare where the sun kind of has a glare on the window, you know. So I'm gonna let that dry on there. I'm just gonna cut it out as best I can without messing it up. And there's a little bit of smudge on there, and I'm just going to get a rag to wipe that off. Okay, so it takes care of that. And then we've got this, which goes on the bottom. And I think I'm going to add something to it. I'm not real sure. I don't know if I'll add a sticker. I don't want anything that's too big. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this on here, because this is going to be the base. I cut it out twice. This is the window frame. I mean the window, window frame, I guess is what it's called. But before I put this one here, I'm going to, it's going to be kind of 3D. I want to put something like a flower or something inside the window. And I got these from Michael's, these little small flowers and leaves and things. They were like 50% off. No, no, I think I got these from Hobby Lobby. Yeah, Paper Studio. These were Hobby Lobby, and they had a sale. I think everything of the Paper Studio was 50% off, I think. So I got a few of these. The flowers are kind of big, but that's fine, because I think I'm just going to take a piece of it off. I'm just going to take a portion of this off. I'm going to glue this on. I'm going to add this on there. Then I'm going to add a big one of these on there. I'm going to use a dimensional. Or actually, I can just take a piece of this so that this can pop up. I have a few of these. I'm just going to fold up. And these will be the little pop-ups for it. And I'm going to glue all of these onto here. So now we're going to glue this together. And then I'm going to take a smaller one along with this little piece. I'm just going to clip this down a little bit. I should have put another piece of green right there. Oh, I don't have any more green, so I guess that'll work. Okay, so now that we've got this, here's our little window. Then we've got these, and then I'm going to make another cluster with this and with the door. Now with these, I think I want to take, these are 3-dimensional. Kind of thick. They're really thick. This is also from the Paper Studio. These are both going to have some flowers, or some grass on them. Oh, I really like this. I think I'll turn these into pockets. We got a bird branch, and now we need to work on this. And I'm just simply going to glue these on. Here. Okay, sorry for the telephone interruption. Yes, I do have a landline. They still make those. So, yeah, with these, since they have sticky backdrops, I'm just going to add some acetate to it, to the backdrop, or to the backs of these. So, let's see. Yeah, I got some. I'm just going to add these. Find something kind of dark so you can see. I'm just going to add it to it. And I'm just gonna leave like a little edge. I'm just gonna leave like a little edge around it. So let me just glue this on. And I'm going to do the same thing to these. I'm just going to add these to the acetate. Okay, so here are the ones with the acetate on them. That way these little sticky things, the little stickers, don't stick to the back of whatever this is going to go up against. So we've got these, got the window, the two fences, and I also put these on the backs of acetate. I also add these some acetate. I added these to the acetate as well. It's because they were kind of curled up, you know, from the paints and stuff, and the acetate just kind of straightens it up a little bit. So when you place it on something, it'll be able to fit through, and then you can just stick your tags down in there on each one. Yeah. So, and then I also put this one, of course, on there so that these little stickers wouldn't like stick to other stuff. I gotta get that. There's a little bit of glue. See, that looks like there's a little bit of glue right there. I'm gonna have to get that out of there. But yeah, I've got all these done. So now, matter of fact, I'm just going to use this right here, and I'm going to add these little white strips on here. But what I think I'll do, I've got 10 strips, so I'm just going to cut this down into little cards, since they're already shaped like cards. And these strips are a little bit wider than the card. So what I'm going to do, let me see. I want to take just a little bit off of it. And I'm just going to cut all these down to size, to that same size. I'll line it up and then cut them down. Well, if I can get a grip of it. And then I'm going to glue each one of them on here, you know, like so. Okay, so this is pretty much it. We've got the window. We have our embossed. We can use this as tuck spots, maybe embossing. I mean, not embossing. tuck spots or belly bands or something like that, or you know, yeah, little side pockets and things. And of course we have our fences, and then we've got our little tag things. What do we call these? You can put these in here if you want, you know. So and then we've got this door that's got the little puffy sticker. And we've got the BirdBranch. This is the one that I didn't put anything behind it because it can stick to something, so it's not going to be a pocket or anything like that. And then I just have the branch itself that I can add to another page. So I hope this video was fun and interesting, and maybe you want to use some of the same stuff on here. If you don't have all these dies, I know on this fence die, I think the bird and BirdBranch, and I think the window, I've got some of those die cut shapes on my Etsy shop if you were interested in using some of these things but you didn't have the dies for it. Or if you do have a similar die, you can do the same thing, you know. Just break out your dies and your scrap paper and just throw some stuff together, you know, to do a little distressing, adding some stickers and fun stuff like that. So I hope you like this video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, follow if you haven't already. Check out my other videos, my blog, and my social media sites. And as always, thanks for watching.